When you're preparing a talk, what often happens is that you'll say, oh, I've been giving an assignment to do a talk on this topic. And you take an hour just to figure out what are all the things I could say, should say, shouldn't say, etc. But if you'll simply you basically focus the subject in a single word. So you have a single word focus on what you really want to say, what you really want to communicate. One word. Then you say, if I could only talk on that topic and use 3 points, what would they be? You draw a triangle. Some way it's important to draw the triangle. And you say, if I could just make just 3 points, what would they be? And you basically say, all right, when you get those down, your mind will give them to you very rapidly. Your instincts will give them to you very rapidly. You'll be surprised at how fast you say, all right, if I were talking this topic, could only make 3 points, what would they be? You put it on the triangle, you're going to find that your mind gives it to you instinctively in a matter of seconds. Then what you do is you turn your pyramid, your triangle, the thing that's like a pyramid, you turn it on its edge and you've got an arrow. A pyramid on its edge is an arrow. So you draw a circle and you put the single word of your talk in there. And then you've got this triangle, which is the head of an arrow going into the circle. Then you've got an arrow shaft over here. Then you put your number 1 point. If you could only make 1 point, what would it be? Put it on the shaft. That is what gives your talk real power. That's the single main point of the talk. You've heard a 3-point sermon, a 3-point talk. No such thing. No such thing. There's a 1-point topic, and a 1-point sermon, a 1-point talk, and 2 supplementals. Basically, you ask yourself this: if I could only make 1 point on this topic, what would it be? That's the shaft of the arrow. That's what gives your talk power. And then the arrowhead, like this, is actually an arrowhead. It's very sharp edges that let it penetrate into the target. In other words, it lets your thinking penetrate into the thought process of another person, is these second 2 thoughts. That's what I call a team focus arrow. And basically you can focus any topic in a matter of less than a minute typically. Instead of taking an hour to figure out what do I want to say on this topic that you've been assigned, or that you've decided for Sunday's sermon, or a talk you're going to give at a commencement, or whatever it is, wherever you're going to talk, if you'll basically just do that simple process, what it does is it harnesses your instincts. You're not trying to approach this subject logically, like what should I talk about logically? What's the most logical thing to say? No, you're saying, if I could only make 3 points, here's the arrow, which number 1, that becomes the shaft. Number 2 and 3 become the arrowhead with the razor sharp edges. And here's the target, the 1-word target, single word focused target. What you're going to find is that once you've used that a few times, on about any topic, you can focus your thinking in about a minute or 2 minutes.